Not my story, heard it 2 days ago from a broke and desperate fellow driver. Warning, no happy ending here. Guy gets mad at his mega carrier. Most trucking companies are small, but there's a few really big ones famous for hiring newbies and badly mistreating them. I could tell horrifying stories all day about the megas. Dude quits, drops his truck off at one of their terminals like he's supposed to, does everything right, doesn't harm the truck or abandon it at random. While he's in a cab to the airport, he gets a call from his former company's safety department, saying he has come up for a random drug screen. So, random drug screens are a thing in trucking. No problem there. But he does the classic "I don't work there anymore, lady," keeps going. Just like they hoped. There was nothing random about it, it was a trap. Because they listed him in a federal database as refused a drug test. Which is the same as failing a drug test. They fucked him up hard. A bit of backstory: I'm 16 in 11th grade and don't have a job. There is a movie theater nearby that I go to quite often. A decent amount of the staff know who I am. The staff uniform is a burgundy shirt, black slacks, and a name tag. I was wearing gray shorts and didn't have a uniform. Let's get to the story. I was at the theater to watch the new Joker with my friend and was about to leave. I put in earbuds so that I didn't have to listen to anyone or anything around me. I was standing near the exit with a bucket half full of popcorn waiting for my friend when I feel a hard tap on my back. I take out my earbuds thinking it was my friend and I hear Karen. Karen, ahem. I've been trying to get your attention for a long time. Me, I don't. Whoa. Karen, I don't care. Give me that popcorn because I'm paying you to be here. Me, okay. I don't work here and don't want it anymore. My friend walked over and asked what happened. Karen, this employee won't listen. Friend, he doesn't work here, we know a lot of the staff here and he's not one of them. I was pretty lucky this time and Karen realized that everyone within 50 feet were looking. She looked me with a face of anger and slight disgust and just walked away. I was happy that Karen stopped fairly quickly and wasn't too obnoxious. About 4 years ago I was at an all-night service station having dinner at about 1 a.m. I worked late shifts at a supermarket and by the time I finished the service station was the only place open to get food. I was sitting in the food area eating some Subway. Enter a customer. She doesn't see anyone immediately at the counter. This late at night the staff are often filling things out back and return to the counter when they see customers. The woman sees me eating and looks at me. I look up and back at my food. Ahem. I look up again and she's walked over to me. Yeah. I know you're eating, but do you mind? Do I mind what? I was a bit slow, just having finished an 7 HR shift. I know you're busy stuffing your face, but I need you to get off your arse and do your job. At this point she's yelling in my face. Ma'am, I don't work here. I'm just having my dinner. Yeah right. You think I'm an idiot? Kinda. I mean, I'm in the wrong uniform for this place. I work for local supermarket, see, pointing at shirt logo. By this point the cashier has come back hearing the yelling. Is there a problem? The woman does a double take. Then walks to the counter and pays for her stuff. She then turns to look at me, then back to the cashier and says in a stage whisper, "Why is he here so late anyway? It's suspicious," then leaves. I laugh at her as she leaves and the server makes the "she's crazy" sign. Walmart. I was a cart pusher, working alone. Around 2 p.m., my replacement arrives. At the same time my manager comes out to talk about a customer complaining her car was hit by a stray buggy. I was talking to my coworker before he went inside to clock in, and he wasn't near in the building yet. Manager, Marshall, coworker, why am I being told a car was hit by a buggy? Coworker, I don't know Ms. Danya, I just got here. Me, Ms. Danya, I've been here all morning, if it's anyone's responsibility, it's mine. Manager, I'm not talking to you. Please walk away. Me, walking away, whatever. 4 hours later, when I'm finally leaving. Coworker, so Danya just wrote me up. Me, 4. Coworker, car was hit by a buggy earlier. Me, I'd fight it, and tell Bert, store manager, that you have a witness that you weren't even here. Throw me under a bus, I don't care. I was quitting in a week. Coworker, really? Me, yep. Danya wasn't at that store much longer. I hope this fits here. A couple of months ago I finally got out of retail. I worked at a grocery store for 10 years, and I have never been happier. This happened when I decided to go shopping at my old job. So my husband and I decided we need food and other items from the grocery store, and I suggested to go to my old store, local grocery store, to see all my old CO worker and get whatever we needed. We get to the store, we start walking around, occasionally stopping to talk to coworker, and my old service manager, we will call her Anne, comes up to me. We exchange conversation and she makes joke that I should close bakery for them. See, bakery never had enough people because they would quickly quit, either because workers couldn't handle the workload or because the endless drama that was always happening. Anyways, I joke back and tell her no and make my way back to the bakery to grab a free cookie and see my bakery CO worker. I see the manager, Jade, and we hug, and she tells they need someone to close bakery. Can I do it? I say yeah, no, I don't work here anymore, in a joking way. Just as I'm about to leave the bakery area, the store manager come out of the bakery and she talking to the other co-workers saying they need someone to close that night. Of course Jade had to open her mouth and suggested I close. Store manager perked up and agreed I should close bakery and practically begged me to. What store manager didn't know is that I quit a month earlier. The reason she didn't know this is because she was out on LOA, leave of absence, when I left the company. I thought surely someone would have told her, but I guess not. After she begged me to close bakery, Jade chimed in and said OP doesn't work here, she left a month ago, and I kid you not, store manager's face went from happy to shocked. She asked me why I quit and I told her my reasoning, and we just hugged and I apologized that I couldn't close bakery. She said it was okay and we chuckled and she walked away awkwardly. My husband and I had a good laugh about the whole situation while we finished our shopping. Sorry if the ending is not what you expected, and sorry if it's too long, but I hoped you enjoyed it. I didn't realize it until the other day, but, as my title says, I've suddenly become paranoid I will be on the wrong end of an IDontWorkHereLady story, although, I'm always very polite in public and in no way a Karen. So, this is just a quick, silly story of how I discovered my newfound anxiety. I was grocery shopping 2 days ago and I'd found everything on my list except the panko bread crumbs. I looked up and down the aisles multiple times, but I just couldn't find them. Finally, I concede I'm going to need help. I walked down the chip and snack aisle and there was a guy, stocking the shelves, in a vest, with a name tag. Me, excuse me. Guy, looks over, yes. Me, could you oh, air, do you work here? Guy, slightly snickering, yes. Me, haha, okay, just checking. Could you tell me what aisle the breadcrumbs are in? He tells me. I thank him and start to walk away when, no joke, he asks, you use Reddit, don't you? I laughed and, I'm pretty sure, turned bright red at the same time. I can't remember exactly what I said in return, probably something dumb like you caught me or heard or him. However, friendly grocery stalker, if you're reading this, maybe you can refresh my memory. Smiley face. So that's my boring story of how I'm super worried now that every store employee may not actually be an employee, and, the first time I realized this, the employee I spoke with was also an IDontWorkHereLady fan, also. I was celebrating my 16th birthday at an arcade similar to Dave & Buster's. I wore blue jeans and a blue t-shirt with a wolf head on it. I had arrived early to wait for my friends to arrive, and got myself a cup of tokens so I could play games while I waited. As I beelined for a coin pusher game, I love those, this woman grabs me by the arm. I face her, perplexed, to see her face wrinkled with anger. She physically spits at me as she begins speaking, spewing vitriol with every word. I have seen you pass by 3 times. My son has been waiting. When are you going to fix this machine for us? I wrenched my arm away from her and, being pretty annoyed, told her I do not work here. In a raised voice before turning and continuing on to my coin-pushing machine of choice. My friends all arrived late, traffic, but we ultimately had a good time. I was in Barnes & Noble a couple years ago checking for some books to give as Christmas gifts, but I was starting to get carried away. I had too many in my hands, I wanted them all and couldn't pick just a few. When I discovered that I hadn't checked the bottom part of the shelf, so I sat down on the floor and put my stack of books next to me and keep browsing and adding more, putting some of them back while a lady just comes and stands next to me. I don't see her doing anything, but not my business, and I keep doing my stuff. After a couple minutes, I realize she is just staring at me, again, whatever, not my business, and keep looking at books. Eventually she huffs and puffs. Lady, excuse me? Me, yes? Lady, do you work here? Because I need help. Me, oh, no, I do not work here. Lady, oh well, you look like you are fixing the books. Let me add that at this point people should just drop it. If someone doesn't work they can't help. Me, nope, I am actually looking for some books to buy. Lady, oh, it's just I need help. Me, sorry, I don't work here. I look pretty comfortable here because I love books, ma'am, but don't know the store well enough to help you. Lady huffs and leaves. I really avoid bookstores because if I go I usually get carried away, so I really go to there just a couple times a year, and usually need help to find what I want, because next time I go, things have been moved or something, so I couldn't help if I wanted.